Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about document parsing. Most importantly, scanning the receipts and extracting the information out of it and then saving it. Okay. And before we go into, and we will be using ServiceNow and Palantir for this whole architecture. I will go dive deep into this detail and share each bit of it. But before that, let me show you an example of we often see the receipt is in this format where it is very difficult for any system to really read it and extract information out of it, right? So what we end up doing, we just like had to submit all the information manually, which is a pain because you can have like receipts get generated for every transaction and it is impossible to keep track of all of it. So what I've done, I have created so these are the different type of receipts. I have created this document parsing architecture in which user will use mobile to scan the receipt and send it to a claims form in ServiceNow. ServiceNow will store that attachment and then use a business logic to send that information to Palantir. Palantir will scan the receipt, extract the information, and then send it to its own agent, where user can use that agent to extract all the information over the receipt or go deep into any of the receipts information. Okay. I will explain the architecture more, but first let's see how it works. Okay. Hi everyone. So let's see the demo. First thing I want to show is so if I'll come. So this is Palantir, and in Palantir, as you can see, I have 6 objects over here. So it's 6 results. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a new attachment, and then we will see that there will be 7 object will be available in Palantir. Okay. So I have not created a claims submission form. What I'm going to do is I have this incident, and I'm going to attach the invoice over here. Okay, so I have this crumbled food processing invoice and add it. So now let's check the logs. Yeah, so as you can see, the media has been uploaded and we have got 200. Now we will go to Palantir, and here 7 results are here. So the new media has been uploaded, new receipt, as you can see over here. Now it is running the new receipt. So as you can see, this is the default text that comes, but others already have the other text. Why? Because the automation has already ran for them. For this one, it is running right now, so it will take some time. But yeah, so as you can see, it has added the information related to the newest receipt as well. So all of them has extracted information, so automation has run. Okay. Now the main information is over here. So if I'll come here and ask, can you provide all the can you extract all the information of food receipts and provide me a list. Okay, so and this is the agent which has access to all the extracted information, all the PDFs, all of that. So as you can see, it is using those objects and providing me food receipt for different food receipts that is connected. So it has found that only 2 of them are there, and it has provided me. Now if I'll ask it to provide me all of it, it will provide me all of that. And even if we ask me that like a specific question, what was the tax paid by the user in total for all food receipts, food items. Then, yeah, so as you can see, it has added both of them and then provided the $3 the total tax amount. So now, obviously, and if I'll ask it to just provide me an Excel of all the information, then it will provide me that as well. So this is about the demo. Basically, what is happening? First thing is user is using mobile or a printer to scan the PDF. Right now, this use case only is applicable for PDF receipts. Okay, so once you have the PDF generated, so what you will do? ServiceNow has a form which is a claims form. Okay, this claims form. So user can submit the claim form and attach the PDF to it. As soon as user submits the PDF, ServiceNow stores it in the sys attachment table. So ServiceNow stores the attachment into 2 different format. One is it stores the metadata in sys attachment table, and it stores the binary PDF in sys attachment docs table. Okay. So these are two different tables because we want to send the whole PDF. So we will be using sys attachment doc and sending it to Palantir. Okay, and how we are doing that? We have a business rule, or you can say a flow. In as soon as the attachment gets attached to the claims form, and if it is of type PDF, it invokes an API which sends that binary PDF into uploads it into Palantir media set API. Okay, so it is using Palantir media set API to upload that media. Okay, so once we have that media connected, what it is doing, it is then so adding it to an ontology object, adding that media, so that receipt media is being added to ontology object. Now what is ontology? Ontology, you can learn more about it. It's a very it's specific to Palantir. You can learn more about it. I've added it in a video link, but for this in a nutshell, for this video, you can think about an object with different properties and action. Okay, like for example, receipt ontology. So I have created this receipt ontology in Palantir. And what it contains three action types, which is create, edit, delete PDFs. It has two properties. One is the PDF itself, another is extracted text property. Okay, and there is one more action type, which is parse. Okay, so all of this is under ontology. Okay, so and what we have to do, we have to simply add the attachment to this ontology. Once we added that using API. Okay, so the API is very simple. I'm going to show that as well in the next part, but right now I'm just explaining the whole architecture before we go into the elements. So we use create receipt PDF to create the receipt object, and then while creation we are only adding the PDF, and extracted text remains like a new receipt or something, so default, nothing else. What happens, as soon as the create PDF runs, there is an automation inside Palantir itself, which is called AIP automation trigger, that on creation of a new object in on this ontology. Okay, as soon as you add something, it runs a text extraction OCR on the PDF. It extracts the information, merges everything together, and then provides the extracted text and uses edit action to update the extracted text property of the PDF. So once this automation gets completed, now the ontology object has PDF and extracted text from of all text of the PDF. Okay, so now you have both the information in the ontology. So last part would be, we are providing this whole ontology object to the AIP receipt assistant bot. So the in the last, I was asking many questions to the bot. That bot has access to all the receipts and all the extracted text. So it knows everything now, and that's why it was able to create a structured response. And it can also create an Excel with information like what was the transaction amount, what type of transaction, was it, and all those things, and send it back. Okay, so this is the whole architecture. Harman. So now I'm going to show the elements behind each of the automation. Okay. So first thing what we did was creation of the form. So in ServiceNow, you can create forms using catalog item or something. And once you submit that form with the attachment, what happens is the attachment gets added to the attachment table. Okay. So we already talked about all those things. So because I know that attachment gets attached to the attachment table. So here you see all the attachments are present in this attachment table, everything that I added. So what I did, I created a business role on this table that on insert of it, we can create a flow as well, whatever is easier for you. So that if the content type is PDF and table name can be our claims table, and once the record get inserted, I'm going to trigger an API, actually two APIs, to send that information to Palantir. Now, I will talk about the two APIs. So basically, I'm capturing the information in the, so current is basically all the information related to the current object. Now, this Palantir receipt integration, this is what we are calling to send that information. Now in this, basically we are using two APIs. So we are not doing any, so we are calling this script includes basically a util which is being called, which is containing two APIs. One is the media upload API, and another is the ontology creation API. Okay, ontology object creation API. So first is the media upload, where the PDF gets added. So we convert the PDF into base 64. So every code is present over here. I'm going to share that code, and that then it is sent to Palantir as a media, and then that media information reference, we are using that media reference and sending it to creating an object in the ontology using create receipt action. Okay, so these are the two things that are happening. So once this is done, when this API runs, we get these logs that yeah, media has been uploaded, we got this, and then the action response, action has been also means new object has been created. That is the action. We get 200 response for both of them. Now the ServiceNow work is done. Next part is the Palantir work. First thing is, in Palantir, what I did was because we wanted an ontology. So everything in Palantir uses, every concept uses a like a ontology object. So for that, what I had to do is I had to create an ontology for my receipt PDFs, and you can create a new ontology in Ontology Manager. And here you see this is, and we already talked about this. So this is the receipt PDF ontology, and it has 7 objects right now, and there are multiple action types like create receipt, delete receipt, edit, or even parse. There are 2 properties, basically 3 properties. One is the primary key, another is extracted text, and then last one is receipt PDF, the PDF itself basically. By default, when you are uploading, so when you are using the create receipt PDF, you have to provide these 2 information, so PDF and the extracted text, but it can be like new receipt or something. So as soon as you run so this create receipt, as you can see, yeah, it provides, you have to provide all this information. And once you create the receipt, what happens? The automation runs. So this is also part of this whole project, and this is called automation. So this automation for parse a receipt. Here you can see that automation runs every time a new receipt gets added. Okay, and what is in the automation? So I'll show you. This is the okay. So automation is basically just that it's a trigger, right? And this is my parse receipt logic. That automation triggers parse receipt logic. What happens here? It takes the input as a PDF, and then means it's a media basically. Then it uses extract text from PDF like OCR, that converts it into an array of string. That array of a string, I'm joining that to in a string because I don't want multiple means arrays object. I want a string object, and then this string, it uses edit receipt PDF to up to, so whatever string that I'm getting, update the extracted text information of the receipt PDF. Okay, so this is all this automation is doing. Once it, so I can show you over, maybe, so if I go back, I have to go to, sorry about that, I have to check object explorer, and here if I'll open, so here you see this these extracted text. Actually that is coming once the automation runs. Initially it will be new receipt, but once the automation gets completed, it gets converted, I mean it gets this information, it extracts all the information. Okay, so that is the PDF. Now the last part is I am sending that information to the agent. Okay, so in this agent, like suppose this is the agent, and what I'm doing over here, so I've created this receipt parsing agent. This I provided the instructions, and in here, uh, the retrieval context is that ontology object. Okay, so I can add any type of a retrieval, but I wanted that ontology because it contains the extracted information. So it has all the PDF information. Now, if I'll go to means, if I'll just check it, so as you can see, it has all this information. I asked that are there any duplicate receipts? You notice that so it has already found that yes, there are 3 duplicate receipts. 2 of them are related to Anthropic, 3 of them Uber Eats, and 4 of them Uber Ride, and then fraud transactions. So it was able to find that most of the transactions are not fraud, are legitimate. I do not see obvious signs of fraudulent transaction. So you can do a dev dive, or you can ask it to create an Excel and with all that information, so that you can just upload it to your claims management system. That also you can do. So that is all. Hope you like the demo, and if you have any queries, let me know. Next part that I want to do is add the image processing. But for that, I don't want to use Palantir. I want to create a very simple ServiceNow flow in which I just click on an image and get all the information using multimodal AI and store it in a form. Okay, that will be the easiest way to do the claim or reimbursement submission. That is all. Thank you so much.